Welcome. You're probably not confused yet. Um, you're probably going to be confused when you watch the second part of this video because I, like a very, very foolish amateur YouTube slash caster slash person in general, dumb person in general, accidentally recorded my casting of the second game of this match here between Virtus.Pro and Fnatic first. Speaking of which, this is DreamLeague Season 11, the aka the Stockholm Major, broadcasted I believe on March 17th. If you would like to take a look at it, I'll have the Dota match ID in the description down below. But if you decide to watch the second game here, which I highly encourage you to do, as it is I find it to be a very exciting game. Well, yeah, I find it to be, I think it's a very interesting game. I think it's worth watching. So yeah, just ignore any of the stuff that I may say about like next game or, well, no, I can't say that. Just ignore what I'm saying about like it being the first game. So I don't know how better to explain that without spoilers, but my apologies. We'll get into this game though. Take a look at what comes through. Um, if I'm caught up with all the meta, the first pick's probably going to be a support ban, and then the second pick's usually ban channel almost immediately. It being the most popular pick for supports here, as Leshrac ban comes out first from Virtus.Pro. We'll see if the response is indeed a Chen ban, but Leshrac being probably the one of the most prominent heroes in this meta, especially in the first wave of the draft with the bans and picks. Yeah, as the Chen ban does come out, pretty obvious. Don't need to keep talking about how strong it is. Uh, Interesting though to say that the Lone Druid ban comes out pretty early on too, in fact. So respect out to them, to Fnatic for using that hero. As Fnatic do happen to ban the Lifestealer. Lifestealer being one of those heroes where you can kind of just build an entire team comp around it if you do pick it up really regardless. It is such an influential hero that like if someone picks it up in the draft, then you have to base like the rest of the draft around it. So that's the case with most carries though, but Lifestealer being probably one of the most prominent carries in this meta. Less so since the mini patch came out that like kind of took Viper more out of the meta, but yeah, I'd say the Lone Druid pick or the Lifestealer pick is very warranted here. Since Fnatic probably just don't want to have to play around that composition. As the Pangolier band comes out, a very strong hero, very potent, Rolling Thunder, the game, pretty much in team fights, I would expect it to be, as well as just like proccing Lucky Shot. I think it's a strong hero, but I just think the way it gets played is so like one-dimensional. I like the way some players play it, they get pretty creative, like how they maneuver through the team fight using swashbuckle and stuff and position well, but other than that, that's it. And kind of sad, but I'm glad that Pango gets used a lot. I like the hero itself, like the design and such, but wish there could be more for it. As the Nyx Assassin is the first pick out from Virtus.Pro, pretty high priority for a position 4 pick, so though it is one of the few characters in this game now that is popular that has like stealth and like really good stealth at that. Like it's level 6 ulti stealth with Vendetta, but the amount of movement speed you get out of it, plus the fact that you can do a good amount of damage with the initial auto attack, or just can't land a guaranteed stun with Impale if you don't miss, is a pretty good choice overall. First, didn't mention the other band, which was Enigma. That's pretty much a really good hero for Fnatic or for Virtus.Pro, who like to play the game slow and like win through like late game team fights and comebacks. Obviously not every time, but it's kind of what's happened more often than not. Has a very aggressive pick out from Fnatic here with the Ursa Shadow Shaman combo. Not necessarily has to be a Shadow Shaman position 5. Well, actually no, this is more likely the offlane here, right? Because they picked a lane combo. That lane combo can either go together or go separately. They work well in conjunction with each other, but can also work together with different heroes, and can both go in either side lane. So I would assume Fnatic don't reveal their safe lane this early into the game, and I don't think Ursa is a valid safe lane hero in this meta. So we'll assume those two picks are for the off lane, as the Nature's Prophet comes out as kind of a counter to aggressive support picks. The treants from Nature's Prophet, as well as like the overall global pressure that teleport gives you, stifles a lot of the really makes Nature's Prophet so much, like have so much of like a lead
10 seconds
on
remaining.
any other support when it comes to like fighting, because you have
5
that global
seconds
teleport to
remaining.
just pretty much get to the location the fight is happening at with your preferred position in that fight faster than like let's say a support can use their TP scroll to TP to tower. So Meepo ban out from Virtus.Pro in the second wave of bans. Looks like we're going to be targeting mid here in the next wave. Respect to Abed being
Radiant
one of
team
the more
ban.
proficient Meepo players in the pro scene. Darkseer ban comes out for Fnatic in order to like kind of make it easier for the Ursa to. No, I'd say it's just easier overall. Darkseer is a pretty annoying laner, where I mean a lot of offlaners in this meta
Dire
kind of
team's turn to ban.
just try to survive the lane and pick up as much experience as they can. Really just like kind of focusing on killing and getting the XP from range creeps, and if you have the ability to, like Darkseer, just go straight into the jungle. So Darkseer has that fun ability where you can just cast Ion Shell into a minion, let that do its work in the lane, and then cast Ion Shell on yourself and go clear a jungle camp. Heck, you can even cast it
10
on
seconds remaining.
a jungle creep and clear out the rest of the creeps in that camp and then just hit the little
5
creep.
seconds remaining.
So, I mean, it's an overall very efficient hero. As the Oracle ban has come out from Virtus.Pro, pretty good ban, I'd say.
Dire
The
team's
support
turn to
is
pick.
really proficient in saving, which for an Ursa is really nice, giving him like multiple chances to initiate and go in. So probably expect this Ursa to be a pretty aggressive Ursa. Hopefully going to be a Blink Dagger first. Not before Morbid Mask and Phase Boots, but first big item I'd say. Hopefully should be a Blink Dagger. If it's drums or something else like that, it would be a
10
little sad,
seconds
but
remaining.
I can see the reasoning behind it. I just don't like, heroes
5
that
seconds remaining.
predominantly use Blink as an entryway and not using Blink. It just seems wrong. Not like in a traditional sense, but just like the best way to use the hero. As Fnatic used the reserve time, let's reflect on this ban here, the Bat Rider ban. So another offlaner that pretty much can put high pressure into the lane. Combined with Nyx would be really nice. So the combo, I think, yeah, I think Fnatic are just targeting out heroes that combo well with Nyx, as well as just like our overall like popular offlaners that would be really good in this situation. Like Lasso is really nice against Ursa. Surge is really nice to kind of just kite out Ursa or like escape early game ganks and stuff like that. So the Darkseer is kind of the target for laning. The Bat Rider is a bit of both laning and team fighting
Radiant
to
team's turn
remove
to pick.
those elements from the mix. The Fnatic decided to pick up a Rubik. Huh. Okay. That could potentially, I think, potentially be a mid Rubik. I'm very hesitant
Great,
to
they're
say
back.
that. I'd expect it to probably be a support more often than not, but it has potential to do so since Fnatic
10 seconds remaining.
were potentially going for a mid pick this round.
5
We'll see what
seconds
the response
remaining.
is from Virtus.Pro and kind of try to
Dire
decipher it
team's
from
turn to
that.
pick.
If it's a
Venomancer.
okay, 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 I'm confused. Oh man, what is Veno? You could play it mid. Its best use, I think, in the pro scene though is position 4, roamer, or position 3,
10
offlaner.
seconds
I don't
remaining.
think it's a great offlane choice right now in the meta, considering how like
5 seconds remaining.
Venomancer's really fallen off after Aquila got removed from the game, since like that was probably one of the best items for Venomancer in the early game, but it's pretty confusing. Fnatic are obviously slightly confused by it too, since they're using up the reserve time here, but we'll see how they deliberate on it. From what I'm seeing here, I'm gonna assume the Rubik's a support, and I'm gonna assume Virtus.Pro's 3 picks are offlane, support, and support. I think Nature's Prophet is a
Radiant
guaranteed
team's turn
support.
to pick.
I think Nyx or Veno could be position 3. As the Brewmaster is locked in, so Fnatic probably assuming both of those picks, both the Nyx Assassin and the Venomancer are going to be offlane. I would assume so. Hopefully, God help me. What are these picks?
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. It's crazy.
5 seconds remaining.
But we can probably expect like the safe lane pick here, since the offlane's pretty much already revealed. Wait, doesn't that mean it's gonna be like mid Brewmaster? No. That means mid Rubik is still a possibility here. It's probably the most likely of the choices out of all these guys. I mean, like, openly picking a Brewmaster mid is a bad idea. Unless they're going hard carry Ursa. I don't like hard carry Ursa in this one. If Virtus.Pro happened to draft a later game carry, like, what do I like against Ursa? Morphling? Nah. Mm, There's a lot of CC on Fnatic's team. A jug might be warranted. Lifestealer's out of the mix, so that's possible. PA's not good here. I don't think. They have a lot of early game aggression with like the stun from Impale and Nyx Assassin, the Sprout from Nature's Prophet, and the Venomous Gale from Venomancer, so I don't know what's happening here. It looks like they're both drafting like just teams to fight each other with at like level 1. I'm not too sure. But I think the coolest pick here is the Venomancer. I haven't seen it in any game so far. I have no knowledge as to like how it's been used or how it's supposed to be used right now in the meta, but I assume it to probably just be a roaming position. No,
Dire team's turn to ban.
I'm lost. But the Ember Spirit is locked in from Virtus.Pro. That's probably gonna go mid. Potentially go safe lane since it is a pretty good pick against Ursa if they match the lanes together, which might be the choice here. Yeah, if you're going Ursa hard carry, your best choice is probably matching the safe lane up against Ursa, so that you can
10 seconds remaining.
avoid the like aggressive offlane that they have. Which I
5
mean, I don't
seconds
even know for
remaining.
sure which is which yet, but oh man, who's gonna go on what? I think Pasha's Venomancer. Does that mean no one's Ember? No, Ramsey's probably Ember, right? No, maybe no one Ember. What if you know what? Just
Radiant's
have Roger
online.
Ember. But nah. Roger solo. Roger solo. Who's more proficient on those heroes? I think solo is probably better on Nyx, which means Roger's probably on Nature's Prophet. So Virtus Pro probably have yet to pick a hard carry slash mid. I think the Ember is the hard carry. Yeah,
10 seconds
I
remaining.
think Ember's safe lane. I think Ramsey's gonna take it.
5 seconds remaining.
As the ban from Fnatic is OD, so yeah, they're kind of expecting the Ember to be a safe lane. Probably the respective best choice, I think, for hard carry against an Ursa. If you want to both respond with aggression and kind of just be able to match in the lane overall. It's still gonna be hard, but
Radiant team's turn to pick. Dire team's
feasible.
turn to pick.
Fnatic are also kind of looking to set up for a trial lane here, since the Brewmaster is pretty it works pretty well independently. We'll see if the last pick though here is from Fnatic as the ban for Monkey King comes down for Virtus.Pro. Were you expecting a mid lane Monkey King? Well, that is probably one of the better choices against the Shadow Fiend. So, though there are other choices, you could run
10
like a
seconds
Pugna, for
remaining.
instance, would be pretty okay in this situation.
5 seconds remaining.
Who else schools OD? Not too sure. Puck, perhaps? Nah, Puck's kind of weird. It's kind of like a skill-based matchup, and you don't want to have to do that against no one's Shadow Fiend. Uh, we'll see how things shape out, though. Hmm. Let me give it a quick predict in. Let me think. Let me think. Death Prophet.
Choose your hero.
Templar Assassin for mid lane Abed. Pretty interesting matchup. TA should have the advantage in this case, I think. Yeah, because it's pretty easy to dodge raise with your refraction. Yeah, like I said, Ramsey's gonna go in that safe lane. Yep, should be Posh on the off lane Venomancer. It's gonna be interesting. Most of the offlaners being used nowadays are pretty tanky and sustain laners, where kind of you just can stay in lane as long as you like and farm as much as you like until you have to like rotate out. But yeah, I mean, it's still an option. I'd say we'll figure out how well it works.
depending upon how the lanes are
10 seconds
distributed,
remaining.
it might be a little different, but yeah, I don't know. MP gonna be, yep, that safe lane Ursa. DJ gonna be together with Ice 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 on that Shadow Shaman, and Ice 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 on the Brewmaster. Jab's gonna be the position 5 Rubik actually, so yeah, so we're gonna have pair Rubik together with Ursa, which I guess is slightly better, perhaps. Cause yeah, cause I mean if they're definitely gonna want Roger to go up against the Ursa with the stun, or yeah, they definitely want Roger, I think. Which means Solo goes. No, I think Solo goes with Ramses, but who knows? Not too sure. But if we're looking how things picture out for this comps, both of them have potential to be really strong in the mid game. So we're gonna see some pretty exciting team fights overall. Virtus.Pro, I mean they're a team that like usually goes to late game pretty consistently. So I don't think I like their late game against the Ursa, but we'll figure out how things get executed from this point on though. See how things shape out overall. As the race decides to get raised first. Interesting choice. Tips out all around though. See Fnatic getting a little bit of an earlier start out into the bases. Doesn't know what no one's doing, but getting that vision early. Abed obviously going to be the mid lane TA. Ice Ice Ice, the other DJ and Jabs could potentially be looking for an aggressive kill. Maybe predicting Virtus.Pro to be aggressive here with that Venomancer, yeah. Probably assuming Impale together with Venomous Gale is a pretty potent combo. Solo actually gonna go bottom.
30 seconds to battle.
This a tri lane? I think Virtus.Pro are expecting the Ursa matchup. It's gonna be funny. Yeah, they're probably expecting the Ursa to go bottom, which is why they have the tri lane there. Fnatic are probably expecting. Okay, so Fnatic probably expected. No, that doesn't make sense. If you expected the Ursa to go against the safe lane, you put the tri lane up here. But if Fnatic knew that Virtus.Pro knew that, then they would have just kept the Ursa on the safe lane, wouldn't they? No, maybe not. But it looks like Roger was just there to secure the rune in case a fight were to break out. Both teams kind of just looking for aggression on the opposite sides of the map, but bounty runes are traded evenly, so it doesn't really matter. TB's going to come out from Roger, though, to come into lane at time. Get spotted out, I think, by DJ, though, so not much else. Like I said, we can expect this Nature's Prophet play to be pretty good against these two here. The block from the treants as well. It's just like the overall harassment from the treants can be nice. Unfortunate that he missed the Fade Bolt on the minions, since it does reduce attack damage. But yeah, I want to see if we want Fnatic to win, then Fnatic need to get a lot of kills here, and pretty much like Abed needs to win this lane pretty handily, which I mean he should be doing since it is Shadow Fiend. As Pasha actually makes a misstep there and gets picked up by DJ. So the rest of the minions kind of just, I think he was just looking to try and zone. Yeah, didn't have poison, or he only has poison sting, so he's really just looking to farm, I guess. Yeah, probably just getting in a bit of trouble stuck in the minion wave. DJ has Ether Shock, so Ether Shock? I don't know. So he had the burst instead of the CC, so probably just an accident from Pasha, who knows, but don't expect this lane to die much. Ice 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 probably not regular. Well, both of these heroes are pretty squishy. If Roger gets jumped on, he's going to be able to spike Carapace or Impale. If Pasha gets jumped on, he's going to be able to Venomous Gale, and Roger's going to be able to set up an Impale. So either way, Virtus.Pro have pretty good kill potential, as DJ might be in a bad position here in the side shot. Waits a bit at the trees just in case Virtus.Pro decide to come around as Ice Ice Ice. Helps his buddy out. Pushing him back past out the trees. Pings out though from my side. Slice. The shackle does come out. Looks like the thunderclap could be also Drunker Brawler as well as the crit should come out. Give me a crit. There we go. This cleans up Pasha. Second kill of the game. Favor Fnatic. Starting to build out that first 1k gold lead, but shouldn't expect too much else around the map. Ooh, no one actually doing pretty good now. Now that he's gotten a couple of souls and his bottle. So now that he's got the regen. Not really too bad. Abed though, probably gonna pick up the pace as soon as his side blades get leveled. Yeah, things gonna be a little harder for him. As Ramses actually misses the Searing Chains out onto MP. I don't know why you would use Searing Chains in that minion wave, but unfortunate that he didn't manage to hit the Ursa, I guess. Eventually, I don't even know if like it's safe for Ice to be alone by himself here ever. Like once they get levels, that Venom Scale is going to start to do a lot more damage. But we'll see how his build shapes out and see if it is what he's going to use to survive the lane, or if he's just going to have DJ keep laning with him. Yeah, I mean, if Ramses dies here at all, which I mean he's by himself here actually, so Estella does return, so yeah. If they're expecting to just kind of leave Ramses here alone for most of the time, then yeah, I think Solo's just playing interference overall and just looking for TPs around the map, but it doesn't cool down right now, so not going to be doing anything as well. Not going to be able to do anything immediately. Yeah, I mean, if the lane goes well, Fnatic get an early game lead and they kind of snowball the game into oblivion. But if Virtus.Pro get what they want, then no one wins mid. And Ramses doesn't die and manages to get a decent timing for his farm item. But I'm not too hopeful, honestly. I think Virtus.Pro are just pretty optimistic about how things are going to turn out in this lane. Yeah. I mean, the pressure from Solo's nice, but other than that, what else do you do other than, like, let Treants get hit eventually? Because Ursa's pretty tanky. Pretty tanky hero. And he's going to get phase boot, so the Treant block isn't really going to matter after the next 2 minutes. Nah. 5 minutes. Could be potential for something, but I just don't believe in it. Roger, gonna walk into the jungle here for some vision. Pings out, though. Might be in a spot of trouble here as the Poison Sting goes out onto Ice. Blocks him out from getting the battery runs. Pretty creative here, but I think he's going to trade his life, yeah. Roger might be in a... Ooh, Spike Carapace, nicely timed on that auto attack. Might be able to walk his way out of here, but might also just have to opt to killing himself. Jabs, nice telekinesis to stun Solo. A little bit of a mishap because he didn't get the Treants out to maximum efficiency. Yeah, Roger should be fine. Looks like he's just gonna go around the wave. Is he gonna do that weird thing where you pull the minion wave? Nah, he's not. Fnatic though, looking pretty strong. Virtus.Pro actually coming back with terms of net worth. Looks like Abed, yeah. No one's gonna be a little stronger during this part of the game, where like side blades are a little not as effective, but start to get stronger and stronger. Abed just has to get the refraction. A couple levels into refraction first, just so he can like consistently block rays. Gets an illusion rune too, so not too bad for himself. This lane though, how are we doing, Pasha? 1500 to 2400. Last hits are 12 to 30. So no, not looking too good. I mean, obviously he's gonna be able to like power farm. Venomancer lets him power farm in the jungle. Like, once you get a good enough level in Plague Words. But this laning isn't looking too optimistic. Like, the Brew's taking so many denies as we do actually see some action bottom. Looks like a failed attempted aggression from Fnatic here as MP's the victim. Jab's also going to be able to pick up. The combo with the Impale and the Searing Chains is pretty good. I mean, Searing Chains and Sprout both set up for the CC, so... I mean, pretty good draft from Virtus.Pro overall. Like, I see the way that things are supposed to go down. Just this is the outlier. Like, how weird this is. But I'll keep the camera down here since this is probably where the most action's gonna be. But yeah, That's probably the worst thing that happened to Fnatic right now, right? MP dying on that. Because you want your Ursa to be the first person to snowball out of anyone else in your team. Unless it's TA and she gets like a huge lead, but Ursa's probably like your main goal. Like your most reasonable person to snowball, so. Losing the first kill, losing the first attempt to kill someone at that, and like having the Ursa die of all people is terrible, as the trap actually gets put on a no one. Pretty slow, so the refraction should be able to pick him up, yep. Roger gonna hear to collapse the other solo, but solo might be in a bad position. The refraction, yep, unfortunately not gonna pick him up, but the TP out is gonna be successful. Abed, pretty knowledgeable, yeah. Understands that the impale is the only thing interrupting his TP, and just kind of just waiting for it. So kill over to him. Really well played by Abed. And as a reward for his execution, he gets a regen rune. How nice! How nice. Next thing you know, he's gonna get a double damage rune, and then another regen rune, and then a haste rune, and then every other rune. But can't complain. Things are just going pretty well overall for Fnatic. Still pretty even on gold, just because solos power farming and Shadowfin can kind of start power farming the jungle really early. Ice making a weird rotation mid. Roger gonna get stuck on a trap, but the psionic trap isn't gonna be enough slow. Plus, it's gonna be a little dangerous diving into the tower when Roger has 2 stuns. I don't like this. I don't like Nature's Prophet position 5 farming like this. I think it's interesting because you can kind of just leave your carry to be safe and you can TP in if you need something, but like, I don't know. I guess it's the most efficient way to spend your time, but I just don't like the pick overall. As Ramsey's, yeah, now in a bit of trouble. Does have remnants to get out, but he's still gonna take like 5 hits from Fury Swipe, so he's still gonna need new regen. Obviously, TP back to base. Does have drums now, so probably looking to be aggressive probably in the next 5 or 10 minutes, but you're gonna miss the power spike there. If MP, yeah, has the space boots and is also going drums. I knew it. I knew he was gonna go drums this game because there's no other hero that can really go drums except for Brew, and Brew's probably gonna go Blink, right? No, he went Vlad's. Okay, yeah, Vlad's and Midas. Yeah, so Ice is gonna be playing the wave covering game where he just kind of gets as much gold as he can from waves and stuff, and Midas every now and then, but he's gonna be the main one stopping the split push. Jab's actually a little bit of an issue. Got the steering chains on him as the last race comes in to pick him up. A little greedy for the bounty rune, but yeah, a little greedy for the bounty rune. Virtus.Pro got 3 of the 4 bounty runes. Unfortunate, but happens. That's also probably putting them a little bit above in the net worth. Not the only thing, not just being no one. Yeah. Overall, wow. Ursa's really falling behind, actually, now that I look at it. How many lasts do you have? MP? 49 to 49. So he's not losing in farm, he's losing in gold. That's it. And the gold's coming from his, yep, Ramsey's 2 kills. Basically giving him like a 400 gold advantage. Oh wow, that's even more than that, wow. I think, yeah, MP lost a lot of gold there probably on his death. He was probably saving for something. I'd expect it to be, like, there's no way you lose that much gold just by, like, keeping up the farm. No one actually in a bit of a position. Fnatic, really nice rotation, getting to get 4 members onto that mid laner without really much of a response from Virtus.Pro. Like I said, yeah. If you watch pro players, you're gonna know if someone on a pro team is about to die and there's none of his teammates around him, that's his fault, and everyone knows it. It sucks, but that's gonna let Fnatic pick up that first tier 1 tower mid. Would have expected. Oh, actually, Primal Split on bottom. Trying to pick up Ramsey's. The Storm Bear actually managed to get a nice tornado from Ice. Purges it, but he does have that secondary remnant that's going to be able to get him out safely. Really good play by Ice to get that Storm Panda over there. Really nice micro, but wasn't enough, unfortunately. Good try, though. Primal Split's on a 2-minute cooldown, so not really bad, but... Oh, Jab's actually going to get hit by that Fenoscale. Yeah, he's going to go down. One more auto attack should do it. Might get them deny. Oh, close. Good try, but that's advantage to Virtus.Pro. Obviously, Jab's going to be the poorest person in the game as a support, but that's really hurting him. Ramsey's going to try and get that TP out here. There's not much else in terms of stuns. DJ going to use his Serpent Ward to secure the tower. Roger going to be the casualty there as they pick up another tower for Fnatic. But yeah, you kind of expected this, right? Like, you expected Fnatic to be aggressive here. So, Fnatic's just going to leave the Serpent Ward to deal with that tower. So... Fnatic getting the advantage, 2 towers more. Or 2 towers over the 1 tower top. Yeah. I guess I would have, yeah, like I said, I was gonna expect Virtus.Pro to be the first person, or first people to get the tower with the Nature's Prophet, but I guess they just didn't have the momentum to like rotate into a lane and pick up a kill, or try to go for a kill and then push. It's Pasha, is he gonna go, ooh, Spirit Vessel. Yeah, I like that combo, but not the hero so much as Sentry's out to spot the Psionic traps. Looks like, yeah, a little bit later, but Solo gonna finally use his treants to start pushing into this 10 mid tier 1 tower. Ramsey's gonna be here with the rest of Virtus.Pro actually. So Fnatic a little unprepared to handle this push, but I guess they kind of expect it to happen. They probably know the good, like the best timing for when that rotation to mid would be. So not really at the right power spikes yet for Fnatic. Obviously, since MP is pretty far behind overall. Unfortunate for him, but it happens, being the Ursa pick without much success in lane. Sprout gonna try and spot a ward there for Solo, but not gonna be able to find anything since there's nothing there. Let's see what the vision is for the Radiant. Looks like they do have vision on the both wards here. Oh, I actually don't see it. Oh, that's interesting. It shows up on the map even though you don't see it. That's weird. We'll leave it at that though, because if I'm looking here, yeah, Fnatic have better vision. They pretty much know where Virtus.Pro are here and know that Ice is relatively safe. Obviously, they're going to have someone to rotate to cover the waves, but Ice is Drunken Brawler, Primal Split. He should be pretty fine, like, unless all 5 come at him or something like that. Looks like Fnatic might go for the bottom rune. Yeah, looks like Fnatic priors in the bottom bounty runes here. Virtus.Pro trying to clear out some jungles. Roger trying to get some vision. Does spot MP here with... Oh no, MP spotted actually here. Does manage to use his spike carapace to get away. DJ trying to trap him with the Serpent Wards. Unfortunately, lets him out through the middle of the trees. That sucks. It's fine. We won't talk about it. Ice trying to get unknowing here, but no, okay. There's nothing else we can talk about. Roger just... so sad. Big circle out from Virtus.Pro. No one here just letting him know, hey, they're all here. Probably gonna get out of there. But yeah, pretty much what you'll see in the mid games. Both teams not really super confident in a fight unless they get a good pick or like, you know, a jump on someone, but instead just opting to make the macro play, go on the opposite side of the map where where you have control and go for the push. Virtus.Pro gonna have a better push here, but Ramsey's, yep. Ramsey's Ramsey's gonna find jabs in the trees. That's gonna be another kill. Unfortunately, back down to being poor. Let's see how much gold he loses this time. 195, 196. Can he lose 200? Ooh, nice sleight of fist. Fade bolt reduces damage and right click. Vendetta from Roger though is here. Are you gonna help Ramsey's out? Ramsey's in a bit of a trouble. He tries to get it out, doesn't manage to collect the kill. Has to remnant now before he finishes him up. Ice tries to follow, but yeah. His reward for messing that up is getting out alive. As do have a lot of vision up on mid for those traps. I always underestimate TA traps. They're so potent, and it's just like you don't really expect that to happen. As Jabs finally managed to get pick up, Ramsey's actually making the return trip after he remnants back out. Primal Split middle though. Ice gonna try to pick up Pasha here. The stun comes down again as there's a Wrecking of Souls bottom. No one gonna be able to. No one unfortunately goes down to Fnatic's quick gank as the Primal Split ends, but so does Pasha's life. BP unfortunately not able to rotate in time. I think you should have just gone for the push. I mean, you guys are pretty much out of there, and you saw they were going for plays bottom, so not the worst thing to happen to Virtus.Pro, but still pretty bad. Fnatic now in the 1k gold lead. Your biggest contributor has to be Ice, right? Yeah, he's got his blink and Vlad's now, so he's doing really well for himself. I like this build from MP. Drum straight into Basher with phase boots. Going for that movement speed play. Has the Serpent Wards from DJ to try and lock down this bottom tier 2. Virtus.Pro have the advantage in vision here thanks to Roger and the amount of gold they've invested in vision. As the Searing Flame's actually going on 2 people. DJ in a bit of trouble here as the TP channel comes out from him. No one gonna try and catch Ice. The Impale gonna hit him up. Venomous Gale as well as the Slider Fish gonna finish him off. Ice Sobering saying his welcome just a little bit. DJ managing to get on time, but his partner not as fortunate. Still doing all right. The tower I think was pretty worth it. Close to a 2k lead here for Fnatic. Though if I want to see them doing well in this mid game, we need to see Abed with Adesso, I think. Yeah, I think Abed needs Adesso here, and then we need to see MP with a Basher. So he's halfway to it, which isn't too bad. I think it's a funny build though, just kind of relying on lockdown from the rest of your teammates and the movement speed from drums to try and catch up. So I mean, it's a good team item. I like drums. Just requires a lot of coordination though for a guy who's pretty alone right now. Ooh, nice scan out from the Dire to spot out Virtus.Pro here in the Roche pit. Obviously with the Nature's Prophet, doing Roche isn't very hard, but Fnatic gonna know pretty obviously what's happening. Doesn't look like they're trying to contest and instead looking for pressure on the mid lane. No, they're actually wrapping around, so might be a big, huge collapse here on the Virtus.Pro as they try to make their exit. Ice on the flank here. Managed to get that primal split off almost immediately. Ramsey's in a bit of trouble as Abed tries to get the snipe out on him. Really low, so Abed's going to have to return or go back home or try to risk his life here in this fight. As Requiem Souls gets interrupted from the primal split bear. Tries to get channeled out again, but MP's going to cut him down with his claws. Pasha going to be in a bit of a bad situation, but Abed actually going to get turned around on his Impale gonna lock him up. Is he gonna go down here? Oh my god, he doesn't go down. No, he finally goes down. Buyback out though from buyback out from multiple members of Virtus.Pro trying to turn around this fight here as the Remnant comes in from the Ramsey. He's trying to pick up the Roshan, or the H just goes to Jabs. Be able to pick that up. Solo trying to go for the steal, but unfortunately not successful. Ice being the only carry available left right now as he gets the crit out on the Solo. Managed to pick up another kill. Jabs reviving. Not going to be very useful here, however, as Ramsey's going to sit outside the pit. These Plague Wards really just zoning them out. Ramsey's going to get telekinesis up. Searing Chain's going to be able to hit again. Searing Chain's actually out on the Roger. Spike Carapace going to lock him up though. Jabs gets killed again. Unfortunate, but I think the only buybacks here are for Virtus.Pro. A lot of buybacks from Virtus.Pro from what I saw, right? Man, that is a fight, man. Ramsey's buys back, Solo buys back, Roger buys back. So, I mean, 2 of them are supports, but that's still not what you want. Like, you don't want Ramsey's buying back in this situation. You want the carry to be the one collecting kills towards the end. So, I mean, he did manage to get a couple of kills. As Pasha in a bit of trouble. He gets, greeds out for the rune, has to pay for it. Actually, Force Staff out with Venomous Gale might be able to get him out of there. The movement speed going to be probably enough to let him walk away scot-free. Abed, though, however, still has his blink up, so should be able to blink. Still has refraction, but he's just hesitant to go up there on the cliff, thinking it's bait. So pretty good bait from Pasha there, but not going to be enough. They don't have CC to stop Abed from collecting on the kill, though, so that was pretty risky, I'd say. Yeah. MP, you got your Basher yet, buddy? There you are. Nice. Goes for the BKB instead of the blink next. Flame Guard going to take out refraction off Abed. Might be in a bad situation here. As Force Staff, Venomous Gale manages to miss Abed. Abed going to try to meld. Yep, just melds into the tree line. Going to need vision here. As the Ray's out. Yep, on from Abed. They know what's up. So Ray's pretty good kill collected. Very influential, actually. It's, the top net worth goes down. Pretty close to no one's net worth now, so. Really nice pick for VP. Pretty much letting get a pick here, though, but Roger, with a misstep, should be with the rest of his team. Tries to get a little greedy and get vision, but you should have known Fnatic is probably on that side of the jungle, right? Like, I mean, you have control of the top side. Shouldn't be surprised if he's there, but VP going to take advantage of that pick, get another tower. Really nice advantage of that. Jab's actually going to go down. Jab's going to get focused by Ramsey. Should go down here as the primal split from Ice comes out. Tries to lock down someone in here. Solo's going to be the victim. As the Serpent Wards come out as well. Pasha going to be able to escape. No one in a bit of trouble, perhaps? Or is Ice going to die? Does he still have the Earth Bear? He does. It's locked up in the Serpent Wards. No! As the bash comes out of the Ramsey's. Ramsey just locked up and killed instantly. DJ's going to be a casualty, but Noah's also going to get picked off here. Pasha might also be a casualty optimistic here. Gets the return kill on the MP perhaps? Yep, he does. So pretty even overall. Advantage to Fnatic again for managing to pick up no one. Honestly, that no one kill is pretty important. No one was. What was the score? 1 in 5. So I mean, it's still really good. Puts him on the bottom. Pasha now on the top in terms of net worth. I think just the loss in gold from those past fights put him over the top. And yeah, Pasha's gonna start accelerating in net worth. Just the plague ward's gonna be able to allow him to pick up a lot of farm pretty much wherever he goes. Able to pull camps and stuff like that if he's good enough. But yeah, I mean, the question for me though is like, what are you gonna do with this Venomancer pick? Like, he has a Sage, so is he going for Sage and Yasha? Or what is on the courier? Is that Halberd? Halberd, really? No, that's not it. I don't think so. I think your real choice is like, I would have liked an Atos. I would have liked an Atos. Or like some way for you to escape. Like, Halberd's cool because it's like really nice against Ursa and TA. Ursa's eventually gonna get BKB, and a lot of times you're just gonna get hit by like a fat Abyssal Blade to the face, right? Because it's a pretty optimal buy from Ursa. I don't know. If Pasha doesn't get focused down, then he's gonna be able to get that disarm off, and it's gonna be really nice. But Fnatic should be prepared for something like that. Can you purge off the disarm? You can, right? Like, he should be able to. Like, his ulti should be able to be like it's a strong dispel, so it should be able to pop it off, but yeah, I guess Halberd's another way to force him to use the ulti, though he hasn't really been forced to use the ulti other than for just damage. Like the straight up additional free swipe stacks. This build again. No one opts for the Guardian Greaves into Yasha build. Gonna go for that Manta next. Sorry, has a recipe locked down, but I guess it's a decent build. The Guardian Greaves gives him like a lot of mana and sustain so that he does what he does best as a Shadow Fiend farms, but the Guardian Greaves, it's a slightly later power spike than what you would prefer for a Shadow Fiend. Makes you more reliant on like hitting raises and stuff early on and getting souls, but that's pretty much the whole hero, so. Bit of a slowdown in terms of the game's pace. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water here, but we're gonna take a look at how things are shaping out. MP is pretty much stabilized at this point. It's gotten his good net worth in. About 400 behind on no one and Pasha, but really that's pretty impressive, being able to catch back up in net worth so quickly. Has to do with the fact that they've been fighting so much, but yeah. Virtus.Pro, they've been up in this top jungle for so long, and it's been nice getting kills on jabs, but that's like the only thing they've been doing. Like, they haven't even gotten to this tier 2 yet. They're eventually gonna try it for it now, but like your bottom tier 2 went down like 5 minutes ago, I think. So a little behind on schedule, guys. Should be able to pick it up pretty cleanly though. Fnatic gonna be a little wary of the rest of Virtus.Pro in the jungle since they don't have the vision. What we got on Roger here? Roger has a blink now, so that's pretty good. I like the Rink. He could have also just gotten the urn instead of Pasha, but I mean Pasha combos with the urn or the Spirit Vessel, so I guess it's still reasonable. Take a look at what Ramses is building. Opted for the drums into Sacred Relic Radiance, so really going for that later game build, I guess. Doesn't want to opt for the Mjolnir for the farm since no one's pretty much taking all the farm with his raises, and Pasha has to take all of his farms with his Plague Ward, so yeah, Ramsey's really not in the business of not in a very profitable business right now. Does manage, yeah. Ice grabs an Invis rune here, spots solo out, might want to try and go for a pick off, but doesn't know where the rest of VP are, yeah, and they'll probably rotate faster than you can. Ice actually gets spotted out in the Sentry ward here by Roger. Should be a ping out letting him know he's mid. Yep, Venomous Gale does manage to tag him. Don't have the vision out yet. Roger does have a Sentry ward in case he wants to try and go on Ice, but Ice is so tanky. He has a BKB to deny that stun if he reacts fast enough, but should be pretty straightforward. Abed, got your Deso yet? Ooh, Deso and BKB, nice. Okay, so we should be in business for Fnatic here. They should be ready to fight. I don't know what else MP was. Has his BKB, doesn't have a blink yet. Be more optimal with the blink, but Primal Split is all the initiation you need, right? Excuse me. Yeah. Virtus.Pro brought it down to dead even on the net worth. 1k in the lead actually now, in fact, so stabilizing pretty well. Still a very good potential for them to eat the poo-poo and make a slip up here, but we'll see. MP in a decent position to try and jump on Roger. Roger blinks away though. Yeah, that's what happens when your Ursa doesn't have a blink, but Roger also had Spike Carapace, so in all likelihood is probably fine. Unless you get like a first hit bash or something. Solo, yeah, gonna use that Nature's Prophet pick to its full extent. Gonna give that gold straight over to the mid laner Abed. Nice free gold there for about 100, 200 damage out on the tower. Yeah, it's cool you keep that global split push pressure up, but like your whole team's farming. It's crazy. Virtus.Pro obviously have a better laking comp here if every single one of their members is like going for builds where they need gold. But that makes them inherently weak, especially since Jab's going to go in posture here. The 4-stack going to be able to put him on the higher ground, so should be safe for now. Ice unfortunately gets tagged by the Plague Wards, as well as the Venomous Gale, so won't be able to go for that Blink initiation for another at least 10 seconds. BKB out actually from Ice to try and catch no one. No one doesn't have any way to escape other than the purges from Guardian Greaves and Manta, which should actually be enough in this situation, so BKB out from Ice unfortunately. Should be able to blink in for the reinitiation though. But the Nature's Wrath gonna interrupt him for a quick second. Yeah. Good try, but Virtus.Pro are gonna be able to disengage safely and allow Solo, or allow Ramses actually this time to split push instead of Solo. They're splitting, they keep going top. It's cool because it breaks some of the racks that they managed to collect it, but like you keep going top, eventually you're gonna get caught, right? Like Fnatic, why don't you fight for vision?
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Like, if Fnatic are gonna fight for vision here, they need to, like, fight. When Jabs gets immediately hit by Impale from Blink from Roger, no one gonna be able to hit him with a couple raises and a couple auto attacks, pick him up. The Denia from Abed can manage to pick up Jabs. The BKB tries to pick up no one. No one dodges the auto attack with the Manta. Tries to get the Requiem Souls off. Side Blades from Abed, maybe try to pick him up. The Silent Trap, though, with the Serpent Words, yep. That's gonna be what picks him up. Solo is in a bad position, obviously, since he teleported there, but what can you do? Probably expected to do better in that fight, but advantage to Fnatic there as Roger tries to go for another jump. Ice though with the Thundercloud gonna slow 3 members of Virtus.Pro. The buyback from Solo to try and turn this fight around maybe, but Ice just trying to get out of there. MP and Abed, however, hit by the Steering Chains. The Venomous Gale gonna hit both of them. MP gonna be the only survivor of that attack. Should be able to make it out with Enrage, but instead turns around onto Roger, who gets hit by Shackles from DJ. A nice Sentry Ward to spot him out. Jabs and DJ are here to help out MP, so they should be fine. A weird fight. Managed to pick up Abed there, who, if I remember correctly, did not buy back. Yeah, Solo is the only one who bought back that time, so I mean, a buyback to pick up the mid laner is nice, as we do see some fighting bottom. MP managed to pick up his Blink Dagger. Jab, unfortunately, again, another casualty to Ramses' Wrath. They're just not committing any resources onto this Ember. They're pretty much like figuring, yeah, it's too hard for us to kill him now. We just have to try and go for it later. I mean, like, either way. Oh, Blink from MP. Managed to get a quick bash onto him. Fortunately, Ramses does not have his Remnants. Did he waste all his Remnants trying to kill Jabs? He did. Oh, that was a mistake. Yeah. Unfortunate, but good of MP and probably Jabs to notice that Ramses didn't have any more remnants, so he's in a very vulnerable position there. It was kind of a bad play for Ramses to be there at all, you know, since you don't have remnants, and that's like the one rule for Embers. You don't go out without remnants. But, yeah, with that momentum, Fnatic though gonna try and pressure Roshan, but Virtus.Pro have a lot of tools for keeping Fnatic in one place, especially if they have vision on them on the low ground here. Yeah, that's weird. Is that the first time I've seen Poison Nova this whole game? That might have been. As a primal split from Ice goes down to avoid dying to the Venomous Gale, combined with the... Ooh, as the Hex comes out onto Solo. Unfortunately not able to get that TP off since the ward into the Sprout. Stormbear picks up Pasha. Gonna be another casualty here in this fight unless no one tries to go for the return. Gets picked up by the Storm Bear again. What are you doing there? Do you think you're going to be able to get it out safely? Do you have a Force Staff? No one? Unfortunately, no. It doesn't have Force Staff. Only has the Guardian Greaves together with the Manta. So unsuccessfully going to try and make a stand there. But ends up with the casualties of Roger, no one, and also Ramses here. So this is probably a GG call from Virtus.Pro, right? I mean, like, what happened? That was terrible. They just all like funneled in there towards the end. Like Pasha got caught, and then like no one and Noah and Rogers were trying to like salvage this situation, but at that point you're just dying, right? Like you know that like he still has primal split up. You can get locked down. There's just too much control from Fnatic right now for you to put up a fight. Like you need a BKB, but no one has opted for the purge build, and I guess that works out a decent amount. It just sucks. Virtus.Pro are not really like playing to their best, I think. DJ gets a haste, walks straight up into the tier 3 to shackle solo so that MP can just blink into the tier 3 tower, which they haven't even gotten the tier 1 by the way, so yeah, that's how this game's going. Fnatic doing pretty well for themselves, sitting pretty. AK gold lead, no big deal. Where's your split push now, Virtus.Pro? You gonna send solo top, or is it gonna be Ramses? Or maybe you go bottom this time, get that tier 1. Who knows? But Fnatic are just gonna do what they do best to just walk up and kill a tower. Something that Virtus.Pro could not accomplish in this game, other than, you know, these two. I guess these two, when they got that one pick. It's just they got one pick off on Abed that one time, and they got the tower for it, and that was it. That was like all they've did this game. Other than that, they split push top 2 towers, haven't touched bottom at all, and have just been farming. It's like, even if you're playing to late game, or even if you're like on the back end, you want to try to play for late game or like extend the game and, you know, go for that late game scenario, you still need to get towers, man. Like, it's just so much time consumption and like so much accessibility for the enemy team if they could just teleport to the furthest point on the map that they can, you know, 30 minutes into the game. Oh, that's just me though. We'll see how this defense comes out. Virtus.Pro's bottom tier 3 tower has like 100 HP, 157, so should die in like 2 autos from Abed. Probably 1 auto from Abed, who has the Aegis now instead of MP. Probably a better decision here. As Abed's probably going to be in the backline more so than MP. Serpent Ward's just down to secure the racks. Virtus.Pro actually going for that smoke play. Abed with the Force Staff and the blink to pop that smoke almost instantly. Primal split from Ice to try and locate someone in this fight, but Pasha's just going to get tossed up in a tornado, and Fnatic are going to make their exit. Back into the jungle they go, pick up more gold, and, you know, just continue to snowball this lead that they have. Oddly enough, yeah, Abed's just going to use that trap to try and clear the wave. Bounty runes out. Looks like Virtus.Pro managed to pick up 1. Actually, yep, Virtus.Pro managed to pick up 1. If we see a turnaround here, how does it go down? 1, the Poison Nova needs to be gone off, and it needs to hit a lot of people. Number 2, they need to find some way to deal with the Brewmaster, and the best way to do that is just BKB and have Shadow Fiend just throw everything at those Primal Spirits. Like, that's the only thing you can do, right? Like, Ramses can't hit him because he's got no immunity. Oh, he's BKB now. I think he's going for an assault. No, he's going for Shivas, right? Yeah. That's what it has to be. I mean, what's on the courier? Nothing? Huh? It has to be. Shivas is the only thing good on number that comes out of plate mail. But yeah, if I want to see anything out of VP, they need to stop Ice from Primal Splitting, and we need to see a good Poison Nova or a good pick out on like Abed or MP. One of those two need to die like immediately. If one of those two die immediately in the fight, then the fight looks good for Virtus.Pro. If not, then the fight looks pretty bad, because then they can just jump in and do whatever. On the other hand, if Virtus.Pro managed to kite out everyone, then they're good. But Serpent Wards are going to make things a lot harder as they advance on the mid-tier 3s. Blink in immediately from Roger. Apparently it's 3 people of Fnatic, 3-man Remnant from Ramsey. He's going to hit 2 people up Abed gets his Aegis popped almost immediately as the BKB from Ramsey's not going to be able to save him, unfortunately, as MP just chasing him down. No one stuck up in a tornado for majority of that fight. Tries a Manta out, but unfortunately dies. Ramsey's going to come with the buyback to try and defend. This is going to be probably the last stand here from Virtus.Pro if Fnatic tried to turn and fight here. MP going to be probably the victim here. Doesn't have enraged, doesn't have anything else except for cheese. Should be able to pot cheese. Yep, gets that full heal out. Roger going to be able to escape with his life as Ice pops his BKB. But not much else in that fight. Casualty going to be Jabs, who buys back. No one who doesn't buy back because he doesn't have it. Ramses, unfortunately, who buys back. And now should have pretty much no gold. Yep. No play mail for you, buddy. It was sad because he just got the gold for it, I think. Well, he had the gold without buyback, but yeah. It's better to save for buyback there. How are we doing on items? So Salt Cure yourself and Might Slice to help push in and end the game. I like the little little items that come out towards the end of the game when people start to realize things are like heading towards its conclusion. It's cool to see how like they change up their builds. The Assault Curse isn't like the greatest choice for Ice, especially since he's just primal splitting, but the order still is in effect while he's in the primal split, so it's nice. Still good. But the main part is that it helps push, which is really nice. Abed does have a Deso though, so he's going to be able to right click mainly. We're going to need to see another burst out from Virtus.Pro if they want to pick up anyone else. Abed no longer has Aegis. Shearing Chain's going to land on the DJ. Could be a good chance to go in here, but Ramses, he's kind of scared of getting bashed. As the Poison Nova actually managed to hit 4 members of Fnatic, so things are going to be a little dicey for Fnatic here as their health bars are getting lower and lower. Yeah, MP the only one not hit by that is the BKB out from Ice so he can escape safely. Erring on the side of caution so that he doesn't get hit by a random impale. Just kind of scared of Solo or Roger there in that situation. Jabs still gonna sit there with that low HP. Tranquil Boots eventually gonna heal him up, but yeah, that's a sad game. Ramses, oof, gets picked up almost immediately, trying to split push onto this tier 1 tower. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Like even if Virtus.Pro weren't like rotating after they like left mid, you're still like just pushing all the way up to just here, and this is a place that can be accessed by both teleports and the rotation from mid, so like it's just asking you to get ganked. I don't know, if Virtus.Pro had the opportunity to split push bottom, I think they should have taken it, but I wasn't paying enough attention to it to determine whether or not they had 0 chance of getting that tower. Yeah, I mean, just yeah, bash out. It looks like he's got the meld bash talent on Pasha. Managed to get that. Having Talbot disabled. The impale going to be dodged by that 4-step. Roger, unfortunately, going to be the casualty here as he gets hit by that first hit bash. The Abyssal Blade is there to follow up, but could have given him a chance to spike Carapace there, you know. Just the first hit bash just to put the final stamp on this game. Roger goes with the buyback as they prepare for what's probably going to be their final fight. Almost ignoring the death of their range barracks, or the very close death of their range barracks. You want to clear that wave out so that you don't have to lose your barracks size. Virtus.Pro, PP. Requiem of Souls out from no one. Sprint rewards come out immediately. Blink in from Roger, try to get the impaled. BKB out from no one as well. BKB from Ice as well as Abed in the backline picks up. Supports almost immediately. Virtus.Pro and Tatters here. Pasha and no one going to be the only remaining survivors, so the GG call is made. Yep, pretty obvious here. Fnatic's going to clean things up, but really well execution by them. So, what do we have here? A classic Virtus.Pro loss, I'd say. I mean, really. I didn't like that Venomancer pick. I thought it was interesting, but the way it just worked out was just not good. It is just not good at all. But if we're talking about how things shaped out for both teams, we can just take a look at this graph here. There was like almost 0 points at which Virtus.Pro were in the advantage, and the only times they were in the advantage because they were farming or they got the pick on Abed, which is like that one little bump at the end of the graph that was like right here. But yeah, I mean, to sum things up, just Virtus.Pro never really had the ability to pull the trigger, I guess. Or I mean, they don't have any elements of like early game play. It's just like constant rotations, constant covering for lanes, and just playing the slow game every single game. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not a fan of it. Pasha though with the double score, so maybe that's what their goal was this whole game. That's gonna be it though. MP probably props to MP for stabilizing in the game there. He was so far behind in gold for a moment there, and I thought Fnatic were gonna lose their lead and just kind of lose the slow game against Virtus.Pro, or Virtus.Pro find their power spike, hit the trigger, and go in, but the go button nowhere to be found for Virtus.Pro. Yes, yeah. Look forward to game two though. Hopefully we see Virtus.Pro either amp up on the speed or push things through. I already know the result though. We'll see if things come to game three. I like these teams. Should be exciting. Fnatic obviously probably more favored in the next game, but we'll see if Virtus.Pro come for a comeback. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Acrillus again. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.